Let's go. What's up, everybody? Good morning. Good morning. All right. Today is November 30th. So we got into the month, into the week. The stocks have already closed the month, obviously. And here we have Rivian, which, I'm on lower time frames. I think it's already enterable, but we do have a green one. So another entry could be just above breaking of $8.13. That's another just confirmation that this thing's going higher. So just want to check that out. Weekly kicked it off. Last week we closed above this line. So it's definitely on the weekly time frame. Enterable. Monthly, I think enterable. So Rivian's looking real nice to me. I think it's going to go up to about this $34, $35 range to start, to see. I think that's a good target. You could kind of draw this triangle a few different ways. $18.50 off of that. Another breakouts in this area. It's just about $34. So I think we're going up to this area. Would make sense to me. You could probably make it a little bigger if you wanted to. It's not as clean. So we'll leave that there. But yeah, Rivian, definitely one of my favorite stock opportunities right now. We can look at the daily real quick, just to show that the moving averages are definitely in our favor now. So I'm a fan of Rivian here. Definitely. Let's just check out Zoom while we're on the stocks. Start with stocks today. This one is a little tougher entry just because it's not showing it like that. But it's a good month. Down a little on the month, but it's up well off its lows. So Zoom still has a little work to do. Yeah, I did notice this. It closed actually which I guess it makes sense. Actually, it would have to go pretty high, but Zoom's not as imminent, I think, to go up as Rivian. So I'm more excited about Rivian for sure. We closed, about halfway off the top. So especially off of good earnings. I do think this is turning around, but I just think it's going to take a little bit longer. Above 91 would get me excited. Breaking above, it's a green one. It's got inside candles, or it's an outside candle. So I think there's something brewing here going into December. Yeah, I want to see a break of that 91 and just some closes above $89. That's what would make me. That would be the entry levels for me. That. What else should we check? Yeah, so there's Zoom, and the initial target isn't going to be too high, but as you can see, there's no reason we can't head back up into that $300, $400 range at some point. The initial target I would have is about $33 on this. So I'd be looking at $120 to start, which looks good to me, and then possibly continued upside as long as this is a nice base pattern. So I think we could get back up into that $300, $400 range. Now let's go to Litecoin. Let's just get after Litecoin real quick. Here's the monthly. Not great by any stretch of the imagination. We'll have an inside candle. So we're looking at, we need to get above that 137 level, and then it's gonna get fun and interesting finally. Monthly. Let's look at the CMF. This is the most concerning thing for me, is this. Absolutely, it's a volume based with the moving average, and I just do not like that it fell off a cliff here. So, I mean, this thing could break down, and that would be, that's just a reality. Let's look at the weekly, see if it looks different. Okay, not great either. Weekly, obviously not a. Oh yeah, last week not a good week. This week not a good week. We didn't get up. We are gonna have to get up. I mean, it can stay down here too, but then it's gonna have to get back up into this 110 level without risking further downside. I don't want to see us go any lower. Essentially, I don't want to see us go below $80 at all. So Litecoin's got to turn around. Let's go. Actually, I'll go to this chart because I had it up. I do like this from a daily perspective. I've seen this pattern play out. We are hanging by a thread, but I mean, it really. I'm talking in the next few days. It needs to get it into the 90s, and then 100. So it could. I mean, I think it's a interesting opportunity. I don't like to buy the bottoms and hope that goes up, but you could, put on. You could wait even longer, but you could put on a trade and $79 is the stop loss, and because I don't want, if we go down again, that's too many touches. It's too weak. If I see us losing the $79 level, that's not going to be good. Continue with Litecoin a little bit. Here's the, just a couple of weeks ago, this is against XRP. And a few of the other ones too. It was looking real nice. We were closing at the tops, and it's pretty much just been straight down since. Now, we are holding this trend line, and again, we got to get off of it, which we're getting a little bounce today so far. So let's see if we can get off of this line against XRP, which has been in place since July. Has a bunch of touches, and any more lower, and that's not going to be good for Litecoin. So Litecoin, one of the more disappointing assets this bull run. Well, there's a lot of them, but one of them. I was seeing on Trader that there was some buying against Bitcoin, so I'm optimistic for a little bit longer. I can be optimistic about Litecoin for only so long. It's been a while. Oh wow, even since this thing has shot up even the past 15 minutes. All right, let's go on to Bitcoin Cash. It is showing some strength this month. Again, off the lows like that. This thing's actually, the more I think about it, the better I like it. We got essentially 4 indecision candles in a row. So once it does go, I think it will be a pretty big move. And I do obviously think it's going higher, as that's kind of the trend. So yeah, anywhere we're getting above 650, this thing's, I think, going to go into the thousands, $2,000, $3,000. I think I have about 2,800 to 3,200 is my target for Bitcoin Cash. Below 450, and this thing's going lower. We still have 10 hours, and with this actually could be a continued green 6. Actually, what's the close here? 61. I mean, this could close as a green 6. The green 2 kicked the sequential off, but it kind of got dicey here. So we'll see how that plays out. That'll be interesting, because it's just so close. But again, compared to the other cryptos, this is a good month, and it's a good month in any way you slice it, really. Weekly, it's looking like a green 1. So next week, I mean, which again starts, in 10 hours. This closes somewhere around this level and then goes above it. There's an entry point there, which would also coincide with a daily green 2 above a green 1. So this one's looking good. I mean, we're pumping right now. So Bitcoin Cash is interesting. I think you wait till the end of the day. You could have a green 2 above a green 1 on the daily as well as on the weekly. So kind of head and shouldery. We're closing above this trend line plus a green 2. I mean, things are looking good for Bitcoin Cash. Yeah, that's very interesting. Very interesting. I like that a lot. Now, let's go to. So yeah, that's very interesting there, Bitcoin Cash. I like what's happening there. Let's look at XRP. XRP on the monthly. Not a good month. Not a terrible month. Again, we're in this consolidation above the $2, which is huge. But it's not. It's not that good. Weekly, a little rebound. I would like this to kind of close above last week's open, so above 225. And this is kind of nice. I mean, again, those indecision candles, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, possibly 6 in a row. So this thing's ready to make a decision as well, which I like. I like just seeing those all in a row. It tells me something's happening because it's not really moving. So something's got to give soon, I would think. Let's look at Monero. Monero's doing excellent. I mean, this is very interesting pattern. Ascending triangle. It looks like, I mean, we're right below that line. What was the close here? 440. So we're going to get the second highest close ever this month. So that's great. I mean, that's the highest monthly close since April of 21. So 4 years, over 4 years. That's interesting. That's interesting for sure. I think this thing could go to $800 pretty soon. What else? Take a look at Verge. Verge, actually, that's not that bad. I mean, it's off the highs, which isn't great, but might be the highest close of the year. Yeah, second highest close of the year. So Verge is all right. Still need a lot to go here. I'm looking for a break of a penny. Weekly, not great, but not terrible either. So kind of just waiting for this one. I think this one you just be super patient. Just be patient. See what happens. No need to rush in. It is truly fools rushing. Look at Bat, because Bat's having one of the best months. Sure. Yep. Monthly doesn't look that special to me, honestly. I could see us just hitting this 35-cent level and then going down again and forming something. But it could also, that could be incorrect as well. We're going to get the green 2 above green 1. Daily, I like it. I definitely like it. Let's just take a quick look at ETH. Terrible month out of ETH. We definitely want to stay up, 2,600 next month, or us risking more downside. Weekly, also not great. And, I really like to use the 21's fine. 20-week moving average, which was lost way up here. And really, we're nowhere near it. So I don't see anything too exciting out of Ethereum. Bitcoin pretty much looks the same. Just an inside candle on the weekly, monthly not great. We want the low to be in, or else again risking downside, further downside. So there's what I'm seeing there. Let me see if there's anything else. Yeah, I was looking at this one. I don't love anything on Tron, but this one, again, I probably won't. I'll probably stay away from it just because. But we are getting a green 2 above green 1 and closing above this line, which hasn't happened since 2022. So that's pretty interesting. But again, it's on the Tron network. I'm not doubt I take a trade on it. Also, it's kind of come up a lot on the weekly and daily. So it's not the greatest entry from that perspective, but could be a good entry. Could be a good entry. Let's check out Nano. Okay, so we're just so far off the highs that it could, it looks a lot like this candle, which led to more downside. We need a juicy candle. We need an energy candle, close a little high on the highs. So here's that. Yeah, I guess that's about it. Not much else to say. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, obviously, the market's been down. A few cryptos have shown life, which is good. We need a few cryptos showing life. Could signify a turnaround. But, the big ones, the important cryptos are down significantly. And, that's weighing us down a lot. So, kind of giving Litecoin one last chance before kind of just pulling the plug in a way. There's some other opportunities out there. Again, Bitcoin Cash is looking good. I was a little premature a few days ago, but I might get back in probably. This thing goes up a little tomorrow. And also, yeah, I think I'm going to definitely do a enter into Rivian just right here based on the weekly, possibly adding more above $18.50. But yeah, Rivian's kind of one of my favorite stocks. And actually, we'll take a look at GSAT. Let's look at GSAT on the monthly. Yeah, we're on a 6. Great month. The entry was back here in the $37 area. So could we be short-term top? Possibly. But I think it's going higher. 2 inside candles on the weekly. So let's see how that plays out. Daily, yeah. Just kind of grinding higher. Moving averages is definitely in our favor. And these things are going up. I really like this one. Just to continue the trend. There. And of course, look at the monthly of silver. Definitely the highest monthly close ever. And definitely confirms the breakout of this huge cup and handle, which could have targets $36. Yeah, I see this thing going into the 80s, 90s, 70, 80, 90. Yeah, I think that sounds about good to me. I don't know. I mean, maybe we do break 100 and kind of wick above it, but that's going to be very interesting. Silver's very interesting. Again, I think if you have it, you just hold on. But yeah. Let's see. All right. I think that's it. Yeah. Monthly close today. Let's go.